Jennifer Euler. My backup is Sarah Hopton. I'm going to basically be at the front and Sarah's going to be at the back. Fred is with us as well, and he's also a hike leader.
Of the middle.
He'll be in the middle, or thereabouts.
And Marlon is going to be.
I'm in the middle. I'm driving back and forth.
Well, this mill probably dates from about the 1860s. I've heard different stories about what kind of mill it was, so I don't know. The sort of typical evolution of the mills in this part of southern Ontario was that they started out first, they would be lumber mills, sawmills, because as they were clearing the land, that's what needed to be done. And then as the land got cleared, they might be converted to grist mills or a new mill built, that one abandoned and a new mill built as a grist mill. And then they tended, as it became more urbanized, they tended to be things like wool mills, cotton mills, paper mills, yes, more industrial kinds of uses. So as I say, I'm not sure what this one was. It may have gone through a number of changes. There are lime kilns all along the Niagara Escarpment because it is all limestone. But this is one of the largest ones. Probably produced more lime than most of the others. The process is basically you take a whole bunch of limestone, you break it up, and then you heat it to about 500 degrees. That drives all the gases off of it and leaves a white powder, lime, which was used for mortar, for paint, for a lot of industrial uses. Of the escarpment is dolostone, which is a harder form of limestone. Limestone's a fairly soft stone, relatively soft, and can be quite easily eroded by wind and water. But the top layer is a little harder limestone than some of the layers below it. So what tends to happen is the under layers get eroded away. And taking away that support means that the top eventually breaks off and topples over. So that's what's been happening here. That combined with the thawing and freezing, the ice getting in all the cracks and expanding, wind, water, the growth of vegetation, all of those things make a continuous process of breaking down the edge of the escarpment. One other thing you might notice here is the cedar trees. All along the Niagara Escarpment is a linear forest of cedar. It's the white cedar. It grows very, very slowly because it doesn't have many nutrients here. But it's one of the few things that can survive right along the edge of the escarpment. Many of these trees are very, very old, even though they're not very big. There are, at some places along the escarpment, some that have been aged at 1,000 years old.
There's Fred. I got Stamper.
Twice a week. So I personally appreciate the effort that you guys make. Thank you for that. But we not only care for the environment, we at Keene also care about people. And Project Canoe not only helps inner city kids, but they're introducing them to the challenges of the outdoors. What a great fit for Keene. Not only do they learn to appreciate the outdoors, they're learning life skills for the future. And I think this summer was a really great summer for these guys. So thank you for that. And then in this day and age where people can sit like couch potatoes and watch endless hours of TV and playing simulated outdoor games, we understand the importance of encouraging people to get outdoors and live an active and healthy lifestyle. And the Trans-Canada Trails organization's goal is to connect Canadians from coast to coast and maintain it safe for our use across the country. Thank you guys for that. And last and not least, Wildlife Rescue. They're a small organization that relies heavily on donations of individuals and businesses like ourselves. We really like the fact that they believe in keeping wildlife not in captivity for longer than necessary. During treatment, the animals and birds are kept in an environment that is very close to their natural habitat and released back to their homes as soon as they are ready. And to give you an idea of how busy they were this summer, in the month of July alone, they cared for 536 sick and injured and orphaned animals. So thank you guys for that.